Hi, Phil here from Now Fix It, and in this video I'm going to show you how to repoint mortar lines in stone walls. So let's have a look at the wall we're dealing with and you can see if it's similar to the job you need to do. Now there's a few reasons why you might want to repoint the mortar in your stone wall. One might be that the mortar lines have eroded back just through weather and they've got quite deep, and that can risk getting damp inside a property, so you're wanting to bring it back out to where it was again. Or you might have fine cracks in your mortar like this, which is quite superficial really, but of course it will look better if it's ground back and repointed. Now the method I'm going to show you isn't the way that a tradesman would do it, but it's a really good method for the first timer or just a DIYer like me. So let's get to it. Let's start with step one, which is grinding out the mortar lines, which we then want to build back up with fresh mortar. And to do this I'm going to use a small angle grinder, and I've got a stone cutting disc on this, which is just a thin blade that's designed for grinding out stone or cutting stone, and it works really well on mortar. You can actually get something called a chasing blade as well, which is wider than that, but they're quite expensive and a little bit unwieldy. So that's why I prefer just to use this stone cutting disc, and you'll see it in action in a minute. As you can see, I've got my PPE on, so I've got my mask, goggles, ear defenders and gloves, and now I'm just going to start grinding these out. And you need to grind down about, say, 10 to 15 millimeters, so up to half an inch. When it's superficial like this, or if it's eroded, you only have to grind that deep in order to give an area for your mortar to grip on the stones on either side. So anyway, let's get to it. Because I'm using a narrower blade in order to get all the mortar out, I'm doing a little bit of a side-by-side motion once I got it down in the crack. Where the advantage of this smaller blade is, when it's tight, I'm not cutting into the stone, and when it's wider I can just move it a bit more, so that's why I like it. So that's that small vertical section done, and that's enough. As you can see, I couldn't quite get in at the top, but that's okay because now I'm going to do horizontal. And instead of just going from here and across, I'm going to take a little bit out of this right hand side as well, because you'll be able to blend it a little bit better, and also it just gives a little bit more strength to the mortar. So let's do the horizontal section. So as you can see, I've done the horizontal section, and I've gone just a little bit further past the next vertical section up, and again that's to give more strength there. So I think you get the idea now. So I'm going to pan the camera back and just show you me working my way up the wall. And it doesn't take as long to do as you think. I'll need a bigger ladder in a minute as well though. Okay, so I've ground off all of the areas of the wall that I want to do the mortar repointing on. So just starting at the top there and working my way down anywhere that there was a crack. And then I just gave it all a brush down just to get rid of all of the extra dust. And I didn't want it sitting in any of the rows, so I had to make sure I got the dust out of there. And now I'm going to move on to step 2, which is applying some PVA solution to all of those mortar lines that I've ground. And I'm going to do it quite a strong mix, so I'm going to mix this about 50-50 with water. So about the same amount water. And that'll do. And I'm just going to mix it up really well. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. And I'm just going to use a small paintbrush to apply the PVA to the mortar lines, and that's because I don't want it to be a mess everywhere. So I don't want it running down the stone or running down onto the window frame, and this allows you to be quite precise with the application of it. And the purpose of the PVA is to seal these mortar lines, and that way when we apply the new mortar, it doesn't cause it to dry out too quickly, which could cause it to crack. It also makes it adhere to the stone and to the old mortar better as well. So it might look quite laborious, but actually you get this done in no time, to be honest. It'll only take me 10 or 15 minutes for all of that I've ground out. Hello, how are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, pretty good. I've been working hard. Got chased up by the boss to make sure I'm getting on with it. So that's it. You can probably see from where it's wet all of the areas that I ground. So I'm finished with the PVA. And we just need to wait about 10 or 15 minutes for it to dry before moving on to step 3. Okay, so I had a bit of a coffee break, and that's given time for that PVA to dry. So now it's time for step 3, which is applying new mortar. So what I've got is mortar that you can apply using a cartridge. Couple of things to say about it. The first thing is you'll want quite a heavy duty cartridge gun for this, because the mortar can be a little bit reluctant to come out of the tube, so the weaker ones just won't do the job. And the other thing to make you aware of is there's lots of different brands and lots of different colours, and your colour will depend on what colour your mortar is on all the rest of your wall. So mortar for walls can be done with lots of different colours of sand. So there's yellow sand, red sand, some grey sands, and so you'll have to look at the mortar on there and decide what colour you need. And then my recommendation is to pick up a few different ones. So there's buff, there's off-white, there's grey, there's dark grey, and then of course, like I mentioned, different brands. And so I picked up lots of these, but you don't have to waste that money, because normally you can look up into the bottom of them, and the bottom is at least a little bit transparent, and that enables you to come next to your wall and do a little bit of a comparison, you see. Okay, enough yakking. Let me show you how to apply it. So what you'll find is this mortar tends to try to fall back out again. And so what I do is I wear gloves and I squash it into the seams. And when you do the squashing, it tends to make it stick better. So I'm going to apply some in. And it's just kind of sat there. So I'm just going to squash it in and then apply a bit more. So that's why I've got the gloves on, because it won't be that good for your skin, for your hands, this. And you can also use a finger or a thumb to get the profile that you want on that mortar line. And also to blend it into old mortar either side, so that you can't see where it stops too sharply anyway. So that's our first bit done. If you were doing a brick wall, there's actually a tool you can get for dragging and shaping the mortar line how you want it. But on a stone wall, as you can see, it's not really profiled. It's just in there to a certain depth. So it's quite easy for you to match that just using your fingers. Now on the horizontal ones, it's easier because the mortar doesn't try to just fall out. So you'll make much quicker progress. But I still like to pat it in anyway. And what you might want to do is just have a bucket of water handy, just for cleaning your gloves, because otherwise they can get a bit sticky and start pulling the mortar out of the lines when you're trying to smooth it back. So you probably noticed we're getting a little bit of drizzle out at the moment, so it's worth talking about applying this mortar in the rain. Now a little bit of drizzle is not going to harm it, but I probably wouldn't apply it in heavy rain. And also it's worth checking your weather forecast, because it'll take an hour or two for your mortar to set. And obviously if there's heavy rain, it might wash it out before it can set. Now we've got a little bit of a wider one. So I'm just going to chase it down with my finger, patting it down and making it stick to the old mortar. And once you've got some mortar in there and it's stuck, you can go by and do a second coat if you want to fill the gap up a little bit more. And then just pat that down too. And work it into the edges, because adhering to the stone or the bricks either side is going to help it stay in as well. It's not looking too bad, is it? And I'm just going to continue working in exactly that same way, filling all of the areas that I previously ground. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's literally it must be the easiest DIY method for doing this, because pointing with a trowel is quite time consuming too and takes a lot more skill. So I think you get the idea, so I'm going to continue. I'll catch you towards the end of the job just for a bit of a closing statement and a review. So I went ahead and finished off the rest of the wall up there in exactly the same way. And I think it turned out pretty well. So I'll link to the cartridges, a few different examples, and a heavy duty sealant gun in the description below. Okay, so that's it. That's how you repoint mortar in a stone wall. I hope that you found this video useful, and if you did, then please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you want to catch me in my next video, then please consider subscribing and maybe I'll catch you there. All that's left to say is, you've watched the video, now fix it.